Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a rambunctious couple in love, loves reacting to some RWBY.
Yes, we do.
So today we're checking out World of Remnant, episodes 5 through 8. We're gonna learn some more about like the tournament and some other stuff going on before we check out season 3. If you want all of our RWBY reactions, go ahead and check out the description of this video. We got playlists there for you.
We make it so easy.
Yeah. So I guess the next season is about a tournament. And that's what that festival.
Okay.
Vytal Festival tournament.
It all began, as most things do, with war. The kingdoms of the world had been locked in a violent struggle for years. But eventually, the Great War of Remnant came to an end on the small island of Vytal. It was here that humanity's leaders chose peace over bloodshed and constructed the future of modern society, establishing new laws, new academies, and new traditions. The Vytal Festival was created to serve as a celebration of peace between the kingdoms. Every 2 years, a kingdom would be chosen to open its doors to the world, allowing citizens from every corner of Remnant to meet and indulge in one another's cultures. The pinnacle of this event was the Vytal Festival tournament. After the newly formed Huntsman academies proved to be a success, the Vytal Festival tournament was designed to test the strengths of the kingdom's warriors in a safe and friendly competitive environment. A wonderful method in which to ensure that the world's huntsmen would never settle for mediocrity, but would constantly strive to become the absolute best they could be. As the skills of the huntsmen grew, so did the games. And in time, it was decided that the tournament would need a stage equal in greatness to that of its competitors. Amity Coliseum was the culmination of the Four Kingdoms' efforts, a technological marvel and a shining symbol of harmony, capable of making the journey to all the kingdoms of Remnant.
Oh, it's traveling Coliseum?
That all of this began with war. But it is peace that has served to shepherd humanity on its ascension to greatness.
Fun. Makes me think of like Goblet of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Huntsmen and huntresses, the best and brightest warriors of Remnant, ranking higher than kingdom police and even military in terms of strength and skill. The occupation was established alongside the Huntsman academies after the Great War, with the hope of creating elite warriors whose sole purpose would be to combat the creatures of Grimm. Beacon Academy was founded in Vale, Haven founded in Mistral, Shade founded in Vacuo, and Atlas founded in the now-defunct kingdom of Mantle. These institutions accepted graduates of primary combat schools who showed enough promise and tenacity to not only battle the world's deadliest creatures, but also protect their fellow man. For this reason, trainees are grouped into teams, ensuring the continual development of communication, empathy, and teamwork. Traits that are vital to any guardian of peace. As an additional precaution to maintaining peace, the founders of the academies believe that their graduates should be kept separate from kingdom allegiance. Once finished with their training, huntsmen and huntresses are free to choose who they work for, as well as what kind of work they will do through the use of mission boards. Allying with a particular kingdom or village is entirely up to the individual. However, Atlas Academy has come under increasing amounts of scrutiny for the indoctrination of military lifestyle upon its students, pressuring them to enlist in the Atlas military's Special Operatives Unit.
That jerk face.
Every academy has its own methods of teaching, but the end result is the same. Huntsmen and huntresses ready to make their own paths. Some will stay together as a team, some will move on to work alone. But all are expected to serve humanity and never succumb to the darkness. Throughout the years, the world of Remnant has seen hundreds of technological advances that have changed society. The most influential of all of them being the cross-continental transmit system. Prior to the invention of the CCTS, long-range communication was extremely limited.
Morse
The
code.
discovery and development of radio technology allowed for communication within the boundaries of most kingdoms. But communication with other parts of the world was restricted to the physical delivery of messages. With every alternative form of communication that was proposed, there seemed to be the perfect obstacle. The destructive nature of the creatures of Grimm severely limited the reliability of ground-based technologies. The concept of relay satellites orbiting around the planet was promising. Unfortunately, modern man has yet to make the technological advancements required to achieve spaceflight, as all known dust types lose their power as they begin to leave Remnant's atmosphere. Eventually, it was the people of Atlas, the world's leader in science and technology, that developed the cross-continental transmit system. It was revolutionary. Like radio, signals were sent and received wirelessly, though the content of these transmissions were not nearly as limited. Audio, video, images, and text were all capable of transmission, and eventually an entire online web of
Ooh,
information
good call.
was at mankind's fingertips. Currently, the
So Alice
system
created
is
the internet.
supported by 4 primary relay towers, each located within a safeguarded area of the kingdoms. These towers allow for wireless communication within a kingdom through the use of devices such as scrolls.
You'd shut off an entire kingdom.
Signals become less reliable the farther a user travels from the CCT tower. And although smaller support towers do exist outside of kingdoms, they are constantly at risk of destruction by the creatures of Grimm. Shortcomings aside, for the first time in history, digital transmissions between kingdoms were possible through the use of slightly more advanced devices, typically found in homes and CCT centers. The cross-continental transmit system has and will continue to advance the progression of mankind. However, if one of the 4 towers is taken offline, the entire network fails with it.
You're right.
A slight inconvenience during routine maintenance, but to be honest, I find the limitation somewhat poetic. No one voice is louder than the others, and no voice may be silenced without the rest. If the people of Remnant are to speak, then they shall do so together,
It's a nice outlook.
or not at all.
Until that fact comes into play.
Yeah.
You can either all speak together or you will be silent.
The 4 maidens.
Deep in the forests of Remnant, beside a great and mighty river, stood the small, fragile home of a cold, frail man. A lone wizard. Hidden from the dangers and distractions of the world, the wizard seldom had visitors. But on this day, as he peered out his window, his gaze fell upon a young maiden. Calmly she sat beneath his tree, in a state of absolute tranquility. When the wizard demanded an explanation, the maiden simply replied, "My name is Winter. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters." With that, she closed her
Summer,
eyes
spring, and fall.
and sat in silence.
All I got
The
was
wizard told himself the girl was a fool, but the longer she sat, the more he wished to share in the serenity the young maiden enjoyed. In time, he grew tired and decided to close his eyes as well, thinking on this strange predicament. Upon opening his eyes, the wizard was befuddled to find that a second maiden had appeared beneath his tree, cheerful and spry, with a basket of fruit and flowers. When he asked for an explanation, the girl simply replied, "My name is Spring. I'm on a journey, and I am waiting for my sisters." To show her gratitude for his reluctant hospitality, the girl retrieved a handful of seeds from her basket and planted them in the wizard's garden.
So Spring's Ruby.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the vibe I got.
Weiss would be Winter.
Yep.
Like he's
The old
falling
hermit
into
could
some-
hardly believe his eyes as the maiden turned what was once a mere pile of
Like,
dirt
she looks
and
cracked
manure
out.
into a beautiful garden from which life would surely blossom. It's likely he would have gazed for hours, were it not for the unfamiliar laughter he heard from beneath his tree. A young woman with a warm smile now stood beside the two maidens. The wizard begged her to introduce herself, to which she happily responded, "My name is Summer. I am on a journey, and I am waiting for my sister." Of
Summer, your
course,
sunscreen,
thought the
maybe.
wizard. But another chirp of laughter left the old man perplexed. What in the world was so funny? As it turned out, it was him. The new arrival found the wizard's insistence on staying indoors so very amusing. Why choose to view the world through a small window when the door leading out to it was right at his side? It was a compelling argument, and after only a moment of brief hesitation, the wizard left his home
No! Don't!
and stepped outside. The warmth of the sun brought with it a surge of energy and life, and soon the wizard wasn't feeling much like himself anymore.
Did you just push me?
Tag,
Playing
you're-
tag.
He was feeling much better.
He had a heart attack later that day. You can't go from no exercise to
As
like
the day
a bunch
drew
of
to a
exercise.
close, the maidens and the wizard all settled down and prepared a feast. Winter set the table. Spring supplied the crops. Summer prepped the meal, and the wizard was the happiest he'd been in ages.
Until
But
fall
in
came.
all the excitement, he nearly failed to notice the delicate woman that now stood beneath his tree. He smiled and beckoned her to join them, asking only for her name. "My name is Fall," she replied softly. "I am on a journey and am here to meet my sisters. Who are you?" "Me?" the wizard wondered. "Well, I am but an old hermit. I have lived in these woods alone for centuries, and I'm afraid my story is not very interesting, as I have no one to love and nothing to my name."
Aw.
The eldest sister looked up at all that surrounded them. "But sir, do you not see? You have so much." It was true. With their help, it was now clear to see that the wizard had everything he could ever need. He was grateful, but a question lingered in his mind. "Why me?" he asked. "Why did the four of you choose to open my eyes, to share with me your gifts? Why am I so special?" The four sisters looked to one another, perplexed. Finally, the eldest spoke. "I beg your pardon, sir, but we did not do these things for you because you were special. We do what we can for everyone, because we are able." The old wizard was at a loss. Never in his years had he come across such kindness. It was in that moment that he knew what should be done. The wizard summoned his magic, every ounce he could muster,
And killed them.
and bestowed it upon the sisters. He smiled. "Take this gift and know now that you are able to do so much more." Now, armed with the elements, the very powers of nature, and the unimaginable magic of the wizard, the four maidens, winter, spring, summer, and fall, promised to carry onward with their journey, using their gifts to aid others, just as they had aided him. One by one, the sisters left, but before they did, they made one final promise. They promised to return each and every year to visit their dear friend.
Aw.
Yeah.
Warm fuzzies.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the twist ending where like it was like they were evil or the wizard kills them.
We know, don't we? We We heard it. My husband's sunshiny optimism.
Yep. I was like, where's the villain in the story? And then the devil came up and stole the seasons. Sorry, that was aggressive. So these are cool to check out. I think your theory is really is spot on for the virus that was uploaded, knocking out one of those towers, which knocks out all the communication there.
Yeah, I was a bit curious because they talked about how the only way to do messaging was over land, which made me wonder what's in the water. Because like between those two cities, it would have been far easier to just cross the ocean, the little like channel that was there, than to walk all the way down and around. And they didn't address that in this, but there was a part of me that's just like, well, there's gotta be something really bad in the ocean if they're gonna take their chances with the Grims on the land.
I hadn't even thought about that. Maybe that's it. Maybe they didn't think about it. Maybe they're just like, oh, wait, we can build a boat. We can just go by boat. Like, nope, you're walking. Sorry, dude. That's just lazy. Get your ass out there.
So they have the internet and the Pony Express.
Yeah.
And they just missed
sailing.
Any kind of naval, oceanic, anything. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's what happens.
Sure.
Nobody can swim in this world.
Okay. Well, there you have it. That would be why.
Yeah.
The Tale of the Four Maidens, I'm wondering how and where that's going to come into play.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Because it's a sweet story, but how is it, like, why tell it?
It's a sweet story, but it kind of reminded me of like a children's story.
Mm-hmm.
And all children's stories are designed to impart a lesson. Like Little Red Riding Hood is a lesson about don't go off into the woods by yourself, children. It's dangerous. Like they all are designed to teach children through like the good and evil of the stories, about sort of the good and evil of the world around them. And as you said, this conveniently left out the evil.
Yeah.
So my guess is it's sort of like the mentality of the Huntresses and the Huntsmen, that we don't do it for you because you're special. We do it for anyone because we can. And therein lies I
think that's good.
The moral of the story and the outlook that you are supposed to have
As a huntsman.
Yeah,
I think that's good. I think you nailed it.
That's all I got.
I think that might be all it actually is. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, the way I would have told it is that the wizard would have killed them. And it's just like, you should leave good and well alone. And if there's a wizard and a hermit, like, just let him stay in his cabin. Don't bring him out. Keep the wizard in his cabin.
This is why you don't write children's stories.
I'd be awesome at it.
Oh my God.
You'll have to let us know what you thought about this episode, or these episodes, down below in the comments. And then after that, next we'll do the soundtrack for Volume 2, and then we'll get into Season 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. And if you want all of our RWBY reactions, go ahead and check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. Yeah. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for World of Remnant episodes 5 through 8, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.